The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Cell Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naima Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution. And we are here live on the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. I'm Naima Latif, your host this Saturday morning as we prepare to talk to some people who have invested their time in making life better for young people. They have made a decision to make a difference. And this is something that so many of us can do. We can be mentors. We can be coaches. We can take people on trips as chaperones. We can do so much that would make a difference in their lives. And we want to encourage people to take that step and be that mentor, be that coach, be that chaperone, be that adult that makes the difference in the lives of young people. That's what it takes. So today we're going to talk to Coach Ernest Radcliffe and hear his journey in creating the Wolfpack youth football team. He also is about to start his baseball season, and he's got cheerleading. He's got a whole youth program for those inner city youngsters that don't always have school programs that are adequately funded or are giving them experiences outside of the school. This is really what our children need to see. We need to see young people who are doing more than just going to school and going home. They need to see a greater opportunity to live, to develop, to learn, and they need more adults to make a difference. And we appreciate all of you who have worked with young people. And good day to my sister, Vita. They're in Florida, where our team has just returned. And the National Youth Football Championships is something that young people from across the nation participated in. So now this team is a group of 13, 14-year-olds. They're eighth graders, seventh, eighth graders. They're basically about to start high school. They're about to enter into adulthood, and they're about to make some major life choices. So if they have the right adult guidance, they can make good choices. They can see themselves succeeding in their various vocations, whether it be business, law, education, anything. But we need to give them the vision by exposing them to these opportunities. They need to see the world outside of just their city block. They need to see that there are other young people who also have aspirations, and they need to make friends because this is truly how we get rid of crime. We make friends. When no one is your enemy, who are you going to fight? So when we have programs that take children across the country or even overseas, we spread the peace because young people learn that just because someone is different doesn't mean they should be feared and they are an enemy. So we want young people to take the opportunities that are given to them, to expand their vision, to meet some people of different nationalities, different ethnic heritages, different languages, different backgrounds, different cultural experiences, so that they can come to the conclusion that no one is an enemy. All are simply friends you have not yet met. All are simply extensions of the human family. So when we give our young people a chance to learn and to grow and to develop and to explore, then we give them inspiration. And this is what our young people have come back from Florida with. They've come back with inspiration, knowing that the world that they live in is much greater than the confines of their school, the confines of their neighborhood, even the confines of their city. And they can see themselves being those university professors or principals of schools or industry leaders, those inventors, those scientists, those elected officials. They can see themselves being those decision makers because they can see people making decisions. And they can see that these are the kinds of people who care about them and are willing to take them under their wing. So we want to inspire some adults to get involved in some type of mentoring program, something somewhere that is touching the lives of young people. And of course, we invite our sisters of the microphone to join us, 515-605-9325, or check your email for your StreamYard link and join us visually on Facebook Live as we look at what it really takes to change the condition of young people. It takes adults who will put forth the effort to be mentors. And this is what the coach of the Wolfpack youth program has done. This is a coach that has decided to make a difference in the lives of young people. So if we truly want to see a change, if we are frightened at what we're seeing young people evolve into, the violent activity, if we are frightened at the growing jail population, and if we are afraid that we may, in fact, be the next victim of some young person who some elder person without good sense provided a weapon, then we need to take a different route. And we need to get involved as a mentor. But now, when you take a look at adult decisions, and we're going to open up the phone lines for you to give your thoughts on a very tragic recent situation. Parents that gave their son, their underage son, a gun for a present. And unknown to them, he obviously had some deep emotional disturbances that had gone undetected and unaddressed. He even draw drew pictures of guns and killing and shooting and death. And the parents were alerted by the school counselor and told that he needed to get some help. They did not get him help. And he was sent back to school. He had his weapon. He shot up the school and killed some students. And people are horrified. Did we not learn the lesson just recently? Apparently not. So when you fail to learn a lesson, you're condemned to repeat it. Our society is being given lessons so that we can make changes in what we're doing, so that we can change the outcome that we're receiving. The lesson is that you don't use violence as entertainment and then provide real weapons that kill to young people, and then put them in a stressful environment where they are perhaps teased and bullied without adults stepping in to intervene and stop the mistreatment. You don't ignore it when they speak of committing acts of violence. And you don't leave them with idle time in order to engage in the fantasy of enacting the very violence that you have exposed to them as entertainment. You don't do that. What you do is give them an environment where there is camaraderie, there is a common goal, there is joy and enthusiasm and friendship, and there is cooperation, there is team building. You give them good experiences, you show them love, you spend time, real time, not putting them in front of a machine to amuse them with images. You spend personal time with them. This is how you create a society in which we are safe, because no one is harboring within themselves a spirit of violence. This is what it takes. So we have learned the hard way what not to do. We have seen the examples of parents making bad decisions, even if people defended it. When someone ends up dead, then the decision that you made was not a good one, unless you were directly defending someone who was in danger of injury or loss of life. But other than that, we really have no business pushing violent activity with the intention to cause harm onto the minds of our children who are just developing the capacity to understand and to grow. So we have a responsibility to shape their thought. And when we fail in that responsibility, then we see the impact, as we have seen in our nation on the news too many times. So this is why we want to celebrate those who are doing the right thing, those who are using their time, their talent, their skills to inspire young people and to give them experiences that will enhance their lives and give them a vision of where they want to go in life. This is our responsibility. And if we're engaged in these kinds of activities, we will see a difference. If we fail to do this, we will continue to receive what we are receiving: fear of our own children, because we've allowed them to be misshapen and misguided. The future is in our hands. We must take these hands and mold the hearts and minds of young people. We're going to take another break and we'll be back with our dear friend, Coach Ernest Radcliffe, and some of the champion members of the youth football team, the Chicago Southside Wolfpack. And if you're listening online and want to join this conversation, give us a call, 515-605-9325. Press 1 when you're ready to speak, and we'll open your mic and get your thoughts. And if you're watching us live on Facebook, then simply write in your comments and we will share them with our listening audience. And we will be right back after this quick break. So stay with us. The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Cell Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naima Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment, 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution. And we'll continue.
We all say we would like to be wealthy, but wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. Wealth is determined by your power to define what money is. The dictionary defines money as something used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. So how would you like to have access to an unlimited source of money? Money that is not taxed by the government. Money that increases as you share the opportunity with others. Money that you can use to pay for goods and services and pay people for their work. I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the future of independent wealth building. Bitcoin is the money that you control. Get started building your wealth. Call 312-849-3456. That's 312-849-3456. Hallelujah. Greetings in the spirit of Wayo and Yah Shalom. Wayo means we are one. Yah is Hebrew sacred name for God, and Shalom means peace. I'm Evangel Mama D. Love Yah Nubian, and I'm inviting you to join me every fourth Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. Wisdom with Mama D. Call me number 515-605-9325. Wisdom, women in support of daughters on motherhood preparation, and spiritually speaking, men who do the will of God are mothers too. As a Montessori educator, author, activist, international award in sports, and ordained minister, females, I want you to say farewell show all things, seen and unseen, that prevent your potential. When your life gives us be it is an animal beats with 4 legs, a child is a human being person with 2 legs. Facts can change feelings, but feelings cannot change facts. A mother teaches love. Love is beyond that reaches out and holds two persons and keeps together. That's what Wisdom with Mama V is about. Join me every fourth Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Call in 515-605-9325 to share your wisdom and love codes into shape. Remember, mother's farewell. If you don't, your child won't. And if he doesn't, society disagrees. Females, you are global transformers with the power to change this world. Use it. What if you could live to be 120 years old and remain active, healthy, alert, and vibrant? Our bodies are made up of cells that are constantly rejuvenating. So if we take proper care of ourselves, we can literally defy aging. Join us every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to learn about self-care from Tucson Essentials on the Female Solution Blog Talk Radio Show. Learn how to help your body and your cells feel rejuvenated each day through proper nutrition, sleep, frequency medicine, and many unconventional methods of self-care. I'm Jody Susan. Join me and my amazing guests by calling in at 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. We'll pretty soon. Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution. Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
And we are back. You're listening to and watching the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. I'm Naima Latif, and we are here connecting to...
Hello?
Yes, Coach Ratcliffe.
How you doing?
Yes, great. You are live on radio. Are you available to talk to us now?
Yes, I was trying to get the other ball player and the coach on the line. Can I have a second?
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll give you a moment, and we'll open your mic back up in just a moment and get them on the line. And of course, we want to make sure that our viewing and listening audience get a chance to meet some young people who are headed towards success. They've been inspired by this trip that has taken them far from home, but also given them a vision of what they can become. And these are the kinds of experiences that our young people need to have. If you are constantly bombarded with nothing but the worst news about crime and violence, and if all you see around you is poverty and despair, where are you going to get the notion that you can be something great? You've got to see it to be it. And when adults take the time to expose our young people to greater opportunities, then they can see themselves. They can see themselves becoming, they can see themselves creating, They can see themselves learning, and they can see themselves growing and passing on that knowledge and wisdom to the generation after. So, Coach, just press one on your phone dial when you're ready to join us. Just press one, and we will certainly bring you back into this conversation. And if you're listening online and want to join this conversation, give us a call, 515-605-9325. Press 1 when you're ready to speak, and we'll give you an opportunity to share your thoughts. There are so many stories that we hear every day about young people doing unfavorable things. We need to undo this skewered vision that all young people are just going to hell in a handbasket, as they say, because so many young people have some powerful visionary ideas, and all they need is a hand up, a push, a lift, and an open door. And so this is what we want to give to our young people. And we're so grateful that our coaches and our young people have joined us. And of course, those who are on our switchboard, press one. Let me know when you're ready to speak, and we'll open your mic and get your thoughts. And if you're watching us on Facebook, we want you to certainly write in your comments so that we can share them with our listening and viewing audience. And so now we've got Coach Radcliffe and joining us at area code 773. We appreciate you so much. Give us your name and what you do with the Chicago Southside Wolfpack youth football team. You're live on the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. Make sure you unmute your mic. Area code 773-930. Introduce yourself to our listening audience. Yes.
This is Javon Anderson.
Javon Anderson. Well, welcome to the show, Javon. We certainly appreciate you joining us. So tell us your position on the football team.
I'm running back and middle linebacker.
Ooh, running back and middle linebacker. Wow. So now for those who may not be football savvy, of course, I am a fan, but describe what that position does. Of course, yeah, I'm sure you're a linebacker. Of course, that means you're pretty solid and sturdy, but describe what your responsibilities are in that position. What do you do?
I do a lot of running and a lot of facilitating on the field. Like, for instance, on defense, I have to protect the second layer of like my teammates just in case something doesn't go right on the first layer.
Oh yeah. So that means you got to be paying attention and ready to intercede. Yeah, that means a lot of physical stamina as well. So one thing that we emphasize is that athletics is discipline, a lot of pushing yourself. So what was the practice like throughout the year on the Southside Wolfpack youth football team? Because I know the coach really emphasizes keeping up with your studies. What was it like balancing practicing on the football team for the games and keeping up with your academic responsibilities?
I mean, it's just kind of like you already know what you're signing up for when you start playing the sports. So if you can't manage the academics, coach will like try to force you to take some time off in order to get back on track when it comes to academics, because that's way more important in life than football.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a lesson. Now, spell your name for us. We want to make sure we pull it up for our viewing audience. How do you spell your name?
Javon, Jayvon Anderson, Anderson.
And you are a middle linebacker, you say?
Yes, and running back.
Yes, and a running back. So, are you one that they often pass the ball to score some touchdowns?
Yes.
Well, that's always exciting. But that's often the one that is given the ball is given a lot of the, I guess, weight to carry because people look to you to score. So, that can be a lot of pressure. That can definitely be a lot of pressure. So, Javon, one of the things that we have uh, talked about on the show is the fact that a lot of young people really need guidance on how to make good decisions. And that's important because there's so much peer pressure. And when you're under pressure to do some wrong things, but you have a goal, such as being a good linebacker, a good running back, so you have to make choices on what to do. How do you say no to people who may want you to go and do something that could interfere with your striving for excellence as an athlete?
One of the things I just tend to do is I don't hang around people who I know that are going to try to influence me to do things that I know would like cause the decline of me or my career in general. So, and if it does come to that, I just say no and I go home or I just get away from the situation as a whole.
Well, now that's smart. That's very smart. So, what grade are you in now, Javon?
I'm in eighth grade.
Wow, a lot of wisdom for eighth grade. Well, that means you're what, 13, 14?
Yeah, I just turned 14 in September.
Yes, yes. So, one of the things, you know, being a 14-year-old, you're still a youth, and yet so much you get exposed to so much, especially in Chicago. How do you convince your friends who may not have the same exposure to something positive to stay away from those negative forces, the violence, fights, things that could disrupt their future?
Well, honestly, I've faced this issue a lot of times because I try my hardest to talk and to be everybody's big brother, but sometimes I've honestly like reached to a point where if I've done enough talking and you just can't listen and won't listen, I kind of just distance myself from you.
Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to do that. Well, it takes a lot of courage to even say something. So it's a good thing that you do try, but I know it can be distressing. What is one of the things that motivated you to decide to get involved with this program, the Wolfpack Youth Football Team?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. When I started playing football, I was really short and I was overweight. So when I came into the football program, it was just me looking for a hobby and something to help me lose weight. But then my second year on the team, I saw how good I was, and I just wanted to take it serious because it gave me something to do.
Wow.
And now here I am.
Well, that is great. That is great. Well, now have you kept track of how many have you scored during the year? Have you made touchdowns during the year?
Um, we played 12 games, and I think I scored about 20 times.
Wow. Wow. Well, hey, that sounds like a great high school and possibly college and maybe even pro career. Well, let's open the mic here. We've got Coach Radcliffe on the line. And Coach, it sounds like you've done a great job with Javon and given him some great opportunities to show his skills. What was it like on the road with them? How did you go about scheduling, the I guess practice sessions, motivation sessions? What kinds of things did you say to them on the bus trip down to Florida? Oh, make sure you unmute your mic. I mean your phone. And for those who are on
Are
our
you talking to me?
yes, Coach Radcliffe, yes.
How you doing?
Excellent, excellent. And congratulations again for producing an outstanding team that represented Chicago well. I understand that they uh, played several games and met many people across the nation and certainly gave a positive impression of young people in Chicago to counteract some of those not so nice images that the world has been seeing. So we thank you for that, for being an ambassador for Chicago.
Thank you so much. I do have some other ball players that's in the cube as well, and I think a coach as well too, Miss Latif. But I just want to say I couldn't do it by myself. All my coaches and my lovely wife Tanya Radcliffe and Coach Rynell and Coach Hill and Coach Mickey and Coach Pino and it's a long list of coaches. Coach Will. They put in a lot of time. We put in a lot of time with our young people, to make sure that that they do play good football. We teach fundamentals and things of that nature, but we also instill a lot of discipline and check grades and we have fun and things of that nature. We crack jokes. We get on them. Are we hard on them? Yes. And then we have our moments when we have a lot of good times and stuff. But going down to Florida, it was a business trip. I mean, we went down there. We knew we were going to have some fun and things of that nature. But when you go to that level, I mean, you're playing the best of the best players around the country at an early age. And a lot of people would really need to see the caliber of talent down there. Chicago has a lot of talent, and they have good teams. Excuse me, because I've been coaching all. They have a lot of good teams, a lot of good programs. But when you get to the national setting, you're getting players from all over the country, the best of the best players. Excuse me, that you can compete against. And, one little mistake here and there, it costs you a ball game.
Wow.
It's very important that they got a chance to compete against other young people around the country because they'll see these guys later on, probably in college, or play against them in college, maybe see them in the workforce, and they're trying to get scholarships. So we play Wichita, Kansas, and they have a really good team. And, some of our guys, I mean, that was at the end of that game, the way that they bonded, taking pictures, swapping jerseys and taking pictures and things of that nature.
That was nice.
And I'll send you the pictures, but that was magnificent. And they do that in the NFL after games, where they swap jerseys and take pictures and build a bond outside of that. So that's most important. And then for us to get away and see something different. Some guys haven't been to Florida, to Kissimmee, Florida. Some guys haven't been to the University of Studios or to other amusement park, Funtown. So they got a chance to go and be kids. Something that when we was growing up that we could do. Play hide
everybody go see, run up and down the street and all that. They was free to do that. It was free to do that because they were away from Chicago. We pretty much can't do that anymore. Young kids can't go out on their blocks and play and run up and down the street and be a kid due to this day and age. So that's why we try to build these programs to get them an outlet and give them great opportunities. We just are blessed that our program has continued to thrive, and we have so much support to continue to thrive. Do we need constant resources? Yes, we do. We always do in order to bring in more and more young people to the program. Right now, our cheerleaders, we left Florida, our cheerleaders came into Florida. So they're in Tampa, Florida, and they're competing right now for the national championship.
Oh, wow.
We got three levels of young ladies that's down there right now. The first group went on at 11:30, and then our older group, they won the national championship in dance in 2019, so they're defending their championship because I don't think they had it last year. So we've been doing it for 24 years, going on 25 next year, and we've taken a few hours. I'm gonna take a few hours off, but it's back to grinding and going to get more people to come to our program.
Wow.
And that's just it.
So how old are the young ladies involved in the cheerleading? How old are they? Are they 8th grade also?
We have a 10-year-old group that's down and just performed. A 10s, a junior, a baby division, a 10, a 12, and then a 14 youth group.
Wow, that is wonderful. That is excellent. Well, we certainly do.
And the cheerleaders start at 4 years old. They go 4 to 18. Football goes from 6. Excuse me. We used to go to 14. We go 6 to 13. And if they're in 8th grade and they're 13 years old, they can be in the program. The cutoff date for football is August 1st. So they can't turn 14. I'm sorry. They can't turn 14. If they turn 14 after August the 1st, then they can play. We could go to 14 and take high school guys, but we just don't. We just stopped it. We just stopped doing that. But a magnificent trip, and I'm so glad that you was out there to see us and honor our organization. And I can't say enough for Early Walker, who helped us, seen us on 87th Street out there tagging on Facebook Live.
Wow.
And Sean Howard and Tia Ewing from Channel 2 News.
Yes. You got some good coverage from the media, and we're so glad that they had a chance to tell a good story for I hate to say for a change, but we're encouraging our media to find the good news, expose and promote the good news, because this is what encourages more good actions. So we thank you for providing them some good news. So before we take a break, I'm gonna open a couple of mics here. We've got area code 773-297 and 312-927. First of all, 773-297. Introduce yourself to our listening audience and viewing audience, and give us your name and your position with the Wolfpack.
This is Coach Hill. I'm the defensive coordinator and assistant coordinator for the 13U program.
Coach Hill. Well, so now you say the defensive coach?
Yes, I'm the defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator. Okay, so now for those who may not be as adept in football, Coach Hill, what exactly does the defensive coordinator do?
Well, our job is to train them to prevent the other team from scoring on us.
Yes. Now, I do recall, what is that movie Denzel Washington was in? Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Yes.
The Titans, yes.
And I think Coach Boone was he was the defensive coach, but you are the defensive coordinator. So now that means you come up with the strategies.
Well, yeah, we come up with a strategy. But because we didn't know any of these teams, we had to actually come up with a strategy on the fly during the games.
Ah, so that means you had to think fast.
Yeah, we had to make a lot of adjustments. I mean, the kids, they fought hard. I mean, there's some great competition out there. It gave us an idea on how we can compete next time we go back out there. It was a very good experience. Some of these kids were their first time ever leaving their block, their neighborhood, their city, to travel on the bus 20 hours to Florida, and they had a good time.
Well, I'm glad they did. Well, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. And we're going to go to area code 312-927. And hold on, Coach Hill, because we got a couple more questions to ask you as well about that experience of our young people leaving the block and what that was like and managing 24 people on a long trip. And making sure they knew how to behave. But we'll be right back after this quick break. And if you're listening online and want to join this conversation, give us a call, 515-605-9325. Press 1 when you're ready to speak, and we'll open your mic and get your thoughts. And if you're on our Facebook page, just write in your comments, and we will share them with our listening and viewing audience. And we want to greet our star of the microphone, Debbie. Thank you so much, Dr. Debbie, for tuning in and joining us today on the Female Solution. And we'll be right back after this quick break, so stay with us. The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naima Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution.
Take charge of your health. I'm Beata, your holistic life coach, and every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I'm here on the Female Solution to empower you to make choices that will assist your evolution to abundant health. I'm also blogging every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at Soul Purpose Healing, where I bring you a spiritual chiropractic adjustment to bring you back into alignment with our Creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. Join me every Friday morning at 8 a.m. and Sunday evening at 8 p.m. for a time of unity, enlightenment, and love vibration. Shalom.
Hi, this is John Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world. Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/TheMediaConnectionTV.
YouTube it. We'll see you soon.
There are people who choose to make a positive difference in the world. Our job is to bring you their stories to motivate you to do the same. Join us each week, host John Alexander and Naima Latif, as we bring you the educators, entertainers, elected officials, religious leaders, and community activists whose works are transforming this world. Find out how you can make a difference too. Be inspired. Watch The Media Connection. Mondays at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 12 noon on Cable TV, Channel 19 in Chicago. And other cities, check your local cable listings.
And we are back. You're listening to and watching the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. I'm Naima Latif, and we have with us members of the Chicago Southside Wolfpack youth football team who just come from a wonderful journey to Florida for the National Football Youth Championships. And they have exposed a group of young people to a life-changing experience. So we thank the coaches, of course, led by Coach Ernest Radcliffe, and he's got a great team of coaches along with us, supportive parents, and enthusiastic young people. So now let me go to area code 312927. Can you introduce yourself to our listening and viewing audience and give us your name and your position with the team?
I'm Charles Gray, and I play quarterback for our 13 group.
Oh, you play quarterback, my favorite position. Now, that is, now spell that again. Your name is
Charles Gray.
Charles Gray.
CHAR. Yeah, CHARLESGRAY.
Oh, okay, Charles Gray. I see. All right. Well, Charles Gray, quarterback. You are also in 8th grade. All right, you are the quarterback. That means you got to be the brains on the field.
Yeah.
So how long have you been?
I'm in Lindblom at the Science Academy right now.
So now, how long have you been playing with the Wolfpack team?
This is actually my first year on Wolfpack. I've been playing football pretty much all my life since I was 6, but this is my first year with them.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That is excellent. So how did this trip affect you? Did it give you, a goal of what you'd like to become? You see yourself maybe continuing on with football in high school?
Yes, it showed me like a different look at football. Like I've never made it within the team, made it this far, all the way to nationals and chance competing to win a championship. So it showed me how far it can take you, how much exposure it can give you, and different talents out there. So I think it definitely opened up a different viewpoint for me.
So now, do you have a vision of what high school you'd like to go to, and maybe even college after taking this trip?
Yeah, I think my high school will probably take me to Brother Rice High School.
Yes, they do have an excellent sports program there as well. So now you've got, of course, a promising future, and we're really striving to help those who can see the light to maybe shine some light for those who don't yet see it. How do you help your peers who may not be involved in sports or have some program that motivates them? How do you encourage them to not get involved in some of the negative activities out here?
I just always try to help them find something that they're passionate or that it doesn't always have to be sports, something in school, maybe a different subject that they like. Just showing that there's other things other than sports that can take you far, that's positive, and can give you a good career.
That's right. There's music. There's all kinds of mental things. I mean, a person may decide they want to go into law, go into business, and there's all kind of business opportunities. So now, what school do you attend?
Oh, Lindblom at the Science Academy.
Yes, that is wonderful. So do you see yourself already in what you may want as a life career, type of business or job or profession? Have you thought that far ahead?
Yeah, for right now, I want to be a professional athlete because I also play baseball too.
Oh, wow.
Either in the NFL or MLB. Try to get to one of those points.
Okay.
And I play for the White Sox A's for baseball.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. So yeah, so now that means you got to be in good shape. You're doing 2 sports. What is your health advice for people who you need to keep your body in shape, food wise, rest, what you eat, what you do, what you don't do, in terms of,
Yeah.
smoking, drinking, whatever.
Just
What is your advice?
More things help you try to cut out sweets and things like that. Drink protein shakes, things like peanut butter, honey, fruits, meats, keeping those grains and things, constantly feeding those into your body, and try to cut out more of the sweets and sugars like those. And also a lot of water.
A lot of water. Hey, sounds like you got it together. Yes. Well, of course, I'm hearing these mature sounding young men, age of 14, and already they understand what it takes to succeed in life. So you've done an excellent job, coaches, and definitely we have so much to look forward to. Now, if you're on our switchboard and haven't spoken yet, press 1. I'll make sure. Let me open the mic for area code 773-487. Thank you for joining us. Give us your name.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, and your position with the team. Yes.
No, I'm just a listener. This is Koofy. I was just listening. I just wanted to make a comment, maybe give a little suggestion. I used to be an athlete as well.
Well, I'm sure your suggestions will be quite welcome. So, Koofy, thank you so much for joining us as an elder brother who can give them some wisdom. So, well, you just heard one of the players definitely got himself together in terms of how to stay healthy and build that body. What are some distractions they should avoid as they emerge into manhood and high school and beyond? What advice would you give them?
Well, you can talk about health, you can talk about doing good in school, but I think for me it was me being spiritually grounded, using faith. Even when I played, actually I led Illinois in hitting in baseball my senior year. Never struck out, and a plan for Kansas City Royals, Florida Marlins. It was my faith that carried me through. If you lose a game, you don't take it too literally. If you win a game, don't get too high. Because at the end of the day, it's just a game. And my faith worked a lot, because God is in everything. In sports, you ever see basketball players, they hit a three or something, they point up, or a football player wins a touchdown, and they used to give praise to God. They thank God for that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So being encouraged, reading the Word, getting into some type of faith-based situation to where they can stay sound, get their mind sound. So, when you come to the game, you're not going to be too high or too low, and you're going to dedicate this game to God. You might dedicate the game to your grandmother. You might dedicate the game to someone. So using overall and shielding your athletic and rooting it down with the Word of God, with faith, with prayer, and thanking God for the talent that has been given to you, that He's bestowed, that you can showcase your talent to other people, because it's really a blessing to see children playing and excelling, and I love the development, going to college.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really
that's really inspiring us. It's inspiring us to hear them. Well, thank you so much, Koofy. Those are some very good words of wisdom. Let me ask Coach Radcliffe. A lot of what he's saying about attitude in sports. We see so much fighting, unfortunately, in school sports. People get upset if they lose a game. They want to beat up somebody. Coach Radcliffe, what kind of things do you teach your players when it comes to attitude? Win or loss, how you have good sportsmanship. What is your method for teaching that kind of principle?
Well, first of all, I coach high school as well, and football, our fields are a sanctuary. So we do a lot of mentoring on the sanctuary, on the fields, letting letting the young people, letting our teams know the do's and the don'ts on the field. Learn how to be a win. Learn to accept. You got to accept some failure as well, and in order to learn how to win.
Yes.
And sometimes you're not going to win all those games. You're not going to win every game, and you got to learn how to do that. And then you have to shake hands after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sports is an emotional game. Some guys are emotional and things of that nature. So we talk to them a lot about their character. Their character is very big. And then you don't want to be out of line as well because of guys like Charles Gray. And we ask all our guys, what school you want to go to. Because our program has been very successful. And we have some ups and downs, yes, but our program has been very successful. And we have a lot of high school coaches come out and look at our student athletes. So we are very mindful all the time. All the coaches are telling them, be careful what you say. Be respectful. Shake hands. We always let our players know. So when you get on the bus, speak. When you get off the bus, speak. Yes, sir. No, sir. So that's instilled all the time. Coach Hill, Coach Ronell, all our coaches, we instill that all the time. And yeah, guys. If you're in a program and you're an athlete, you play your hardest and you do what you got to do. If you come up short, the best thing about sports is you can play another day. So you're not gonna win them all. You try to win them all, but you're not gonna win them all. And the best thing about that is you can go to the next day and you just reflect on some of the things that could have helped you win those ball games. And you just got to get better as we do it. So I think some other coaches are on there. They might have something else that they might want to say. Coach Hill, I'm quite sure, will want to reflect on that. And I think Coach Ronell might be on there as well.
Yes. So Coach Hill, you with us?
I'm still here.
Yes. So Coach Hill, what kinds of things do you do to encourage your players to have a good attitude when they lose a game so that there isn't the emotional response, the anger, maybe even, wanting to fight somebody? What kinds of things do you say to them?
Well, it starts off with just getting to know the player and getting to know what environment they come from, what issues that they're having in their household or that they're having in school, and just having real life conversations with them and encouraging them not just to be great football players, but just to be great people and great students. We have kids from all over Chicago, and a lot of our kids go to a lot of different high schools in Chicago. So when they leave our program, we want them to leave in a positive manner. We want them to leave in a good spiritual manner. And we want them to leave as great athletes. So when they do go off to high school, they're starting either their freshman or sophomore year, which, is a good thing.
Yes, definitely looking to the future. That's so critical. So, yeah.
And we preach. And we preach academics. And we have a father's club. So we don't have that situation. We have a father's club. I want to recognize a couple of guys, Mr. Mobley, Mr. Swindle, Leonard, and Antoine, all those guys. I hope I don't miss anybody, but we have a good father's club that come to the games all the time. A lot of good parent support, mothers, Christina and Deanna and Charlotte and all those people that we have, and many. We have a lot of people that support the program. And then I hope Coach Nikki was on here as well. And we have a female coach as well. So if anybody asks that question, And then we do have young ladies that play in the program as well too.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I was writing the story about it, and then I realized I was assuming they were all male. I said, well, these days girls play football. Let me use the word player and not, the guys or the boys or the young men, because could be some females. So yeah, I'm glad you made me aware. But I thought about that it could most definitely be some female players as well. And Coach, if you're on our switchboard and haven't spoken yet, please press 1 so we know which number is yours. It'll light up on the switchboard. I want to make sure I give everybody an opportunity to speak and definitely give their insight. Area code 708 289. Are you with introduce yourself to our listening audience and let us know what position you are with the Wolfpack team.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, good. And your name is?
Grace. Yeah, my name is Charles Gray Sr. I'm actually one of the parents. My son is one of the players there.
Oh, wonderful. So you're Charles Gray Sr.
Yeah, my son is Charles Gray.
So he's you're the father of the quarterback. Oh, okay.
Yes. I wanted to call in and I wanted to thank you for having us and sharing your platform to talk about the Wolfpack. Like Charles said, we're new to the program, but the entire staff, the entire parents, have been welcoming us with open arms. So we appreciate them for being in the community. Sharing my child with them, the days I can't be there, it is a brotherhood. It is a family concept of, taking care of each other's kids and giving them a ride here and can you take my kid there, so it's a big fraternity or family, if you will, for a lot of different people, and it's great for me. Try to donate my time where I can, and it helps out because it's other young men that you see when you're going to your neighborhood store that's hanging out. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, man, what you got going on? I always see you with your son, doing this and that. And sometimes that's a positive influence on other people when we're talking about changing things that's going on in our community. And that's what I'm most thankful for with the Wolfpack, that they definitely is, being in the community and trying to make a change.
Yes. Well, we certainly thank you for being an actively involved father. That's really all it takes. Whatever problems we have in our community, when the parents get actively involved, all of it will be taken care of. So Charles Gray Sr., are you part of the Fathers Club that Coach Radcliffe talked about? You part of that Fathers group?
Yeah, I take pride in being associated with the Fathers Club and the Wolfpack. It's one of those things where it's not just me. It's sometimes it's my youngest son. Sometimes it's my wife. She's there. So we all try to give back time to be with the team. Or being encouraging words, or a new parent that don't know what kind of cleats to buy. It's just all type of things that you can share knowledge with.
Well, you just brought up something that I guess comes up often, especially if a child is from a family that might be going through some economic struggles. How do you all go about helping somebody who might need that financial assistance? Because I mean, you do have to have the good equipment, and sometimes it costs. So do you have ways that you raise money for those who might not be able to buy those right kind of cleats, or support socks, or whatever the uniform involves or requires? How do you fill in the gaps for those who may not have?
Well, it is basically, when you're shopping, sometimes you'll get an extra piece of equipment, and it's not to, like you're buying it for someone. It's just hey, I don't have it, you need it. Hey, let's share. But I know Coach Ratcliffe, he has some alumni and things that I think he'll be able to speak better on, some of that. But just as a dad, you try to help each other out. It's not even a thought if someone else doesn't have something. You try to do what you can within your means,
That is good. So Coach, I know that you have worked tirelessly raising money. I mean, getting them everything they need to get there, pay for the cost of the trip. And of course, there's, lodging, there's travel, there's the food and all of those things. Who are some of your major supporters that you have been able to rely on to finance this effort?
Well, they vary from year to year, but it's probably going to get better. I'm not going to say probably. It will get better because we are now a 501c3, not for profit. And just like when we first started to try to get everything going, the parents came out. We were on 97th Street, and we went out tagging. And Mr. Gray took one corner. Mr. Gray took one corner with a group of guys, and I was on, and some parents. His wife was out there, Miss Gray and Christina, and all the parents, and we were out there trying to fundraise and raise money that way.
Now, for those who don't know what tagging is, so Coach, for those who may not be familiar with what tagging is, can you describe what that is in terms of the activity that raises funds?
What we did, we asked all the parents to make signs and put on the signs just, what it was all about. Wolfpack headed to nationals. Wolfpack born of Florida, we need your help. We made multiple signs. Multiple parents and players were holding the signs. And we had all our teammates with football helmets had their jerseys on. They had plastic bags inside the helmets. We were just, as the lights would change, go from car to car.
Wow.
And a lot of people, a lot of alumni, because we've been coaching so long, so we've coached thousands and thousands of young people. And a lot of people in that area, we were on Facebook Live, we did social media, we put it on Twitter, and then everybody started sharing it. It looked like people just started coming from everywhere, making a contribution. And then that's how Mr. Early Walker seen us on Facebook Live. Me and Mr. Walker used to work together at Morgan Park, and he moved on and has become a very, very successful businessman and an activist for the city. And then he shared it with his publicist, and and then this is his wife, Mr. Ewing, shared it with Fox 32. That's how we were able to raise that. Other than that, if we had not been able to get that blessing, that trip would have cost each parent probably up to $1,200 a piece, maybe more.
Wow.
It was such a short notice because of the turnaround. When the team, our 12U team won 2 years ago and went down, it was a longer turnaround. We had 3 weeks to fundraise, and we did the same thing. This time we only had a week and a half, so the turnaround was very tight. And then, but no player, for all the players to go down and their lodging was covered, transportation was covered, their food was covered, their tickets to the amusement park was covered. They also got a sweatshirt, Wolfpack sweatshirt. We couldn't get the same stuff as the cheerleaders because they had pre-ordered their stuff way back in advance because cheerleading was different.
Yes.
They got practice shorts and they got practice shirts. And Coach Hill was able to do that because he has his own business, so we were able to get that turnaround quickly. That was all. very strenuous for him to get that done within a week. So to run the program is very, very expensive. A trip like that is very, very expensive. Very expensive. So in the future, because we might have we always feel like we have a chance to go. We have to do some things a little differently, so we don't be in that situation. But we really appreciate the city rallying around us and making it happen.
Yeah.
And the people who made contributions, I hope that they continue to make those contributions, because we can save more children and put more young people in positive programs.
Absolutely. That's what we want to do. But we got to take one last break. If you can hang with us for another 25 minutes, we'd like to find out how we can get young people involved, more involved, what they need to do, how they can prepare, different schools if they want to contact you, and you know, especially if they may not have a sports program that covers a lot of things, or they just children just want an extra activity. But we'll talk about that after we come back from this last break. And we've got some questions from our viewing audience on Facebook. So can everybody hang with us? We'll be right back after this quick break. So stick and stay. Don't stray away. We'll be back in a moment. So stay with us. The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Cell Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naima Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution.
I'm Beata, your holistic life coach. These days, it's more important than ever to work on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Are you consciously breathing deeply in stressful moments? Do you have a plan or daily routine to maintain balance in your awesome body? Are you struggling to be disciplined in your eating habits? When you partner with me, I'll help you develop a personalized health plan that works for your particular lifestyle. You can find out more about me at yourholisticlifecoach.com, where you can also review my 3-step protocol to guide you to abundant health. That's yourholisticlifecoach.com, and I'm Beata. Have you ever dreamed of going to exotic places, meeting fascinating people, enjoying uplifting music, and spending nights in a luxurious hotel? Do you look forward to a relaxing vacation where you can walk along the beach or sit in a quiet park and enjoy the sunset or sunrise? Whether you're flying around the world or driving across the country, we will share travel tips that will help you stay safe while you enjoy the journey. Join me every third Saturday of the month, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and move around with Deborah here on the Female Solution Show. Call in and comment 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak.
And we are back. You're listening to and watching the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. I'm Naima Latif, your host on this second Saturday of the month. And we are talking to the organizers and members and supporters of the Chicago Southside Wolfpack youth football team who performed like champions at the championship. Although they didn't win the top prize, they certainly did come away with a valuable experience and a vision for where they want to go. So, Coach Radcliffe, I know that there are a lot of parents who would love to get their children involved in this effort. First of all, let me go to a couple of questions we've got on our Facebook page. And James Lester wants to know, is the game posted online to view? He says, did they document the game in Florida? He would love to see the highlights. So do you have it? Was there somebody with a video camera that put it on YouTube or one of the local cable channels or something that you know of?
All the games were streamed.
Oh, great.
All the games were streamed. The package was $49.99. I can let Coach Hill talk to you about it right quick, and then I can come back and answer any other questions.
Okay. So, Coach Hill, how do people see the game or something of that nature?
The website they can go to is varsitymediapass.com. varsitymediapass.com. I believe it's like $49.95 for the package. And what you can do, you can see all the teams. I mean, every team that played in the tournament, from 6U all the way up to 14U to the All-Star game, All-Star teams. You can see all the games. And I believe that pass lasts all the way up until the end of December.
Okay. And so there are a lot of teams playing basically, and therefore if people want to
if you love football and you love watching football and you want to see some young people play football, get that pass and you can watch teams from all the way from upstate Washington all the way down to North Carolina, South Carolina, to New Hampshire, to Texas. I mean, they had teams all over that was down there.
Okay. So now give me that again. I'm going to put it on our screen. That is varsity.
It's varsitymediapass.com.
Pass, Pass?
Pass, yes.
Okay, so to see the game, what is it? Let's take it www.
It was $49.95, I believe it was, but you get to see all the games. You can click on each game you want to watch, and you just click on game, and you can watch that game to the end, and then go to another game and click on that.
Okay, that is great. And that's $49.99 for that whole package, and they see all the games.
If you're a football coach out there, and you want to see different formations and how they are successful with those formations, you can go on there. You can study the film and watch other teams how they run their formations.
So, in going there and seeing a lot of the other teams, did your coaching crew get some new ideas, new strategies, watching some of the other teams and other players?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, I'll go last. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say, just seeing the competition out there and how they play different fronts and how they run different offenses, it was very enlightening. You can't get that sitting in the classroom looking at a monitor. You can't get it. It was live and up front, and the parents and the kids, I mean, everybody was just excited just to be out there.
Oh, great. Yeah, exposure always makes a difference, definitely. And I think that, well, as you said, a lot of these young people that they met will probably be people that they end up competing against in high school, maybe in college, maybe professionally. A couple of players that I talked to said that they can maybe see themselves with a sports career. So I think that was one of the positive aspects in broadening their horizons. So it seems that there are a lot of parents that have been supportive, and that definitely makes a difference. How would you encourage other parents who may not get involved with their children's athletic interests? I've been at schools where I've seen some top players whose parents never came to a game, and it broke my heart. How do you encourage parents to be supportive and encouraging and involved, even if they might have jobs and things like that? But how do you encourage them to do that?
We ask them to come to practice. We don't want it to be a drop-off service. We don't want it to be. We don't treat our program as a babysitting service. And when we have practice, we have a lot of support of parents coming to practice because they need to see what we're teaching, and they need to. And if they come from another program, especially, they can make their comparisons, and then they could, because we want them to be there. We don't have nothing to hide. We coach and we teach the way we teach. If we don't know it, then we go out and get the fundamentals or ask other people. By us, like Coach Hill said, by us playing in the national championship tournament, we know we have to take a certain type of team back to order to compete, in order to even get out of the city of Chicago. Because we won the national championship. We were able to go to nationals. That means every other team that's in our conference or in our program, they're going to want to get better. So they're starting their recruiting and things that nature now. And they're conditioning right now. As we was coming on, we were seeing that on social media. So if you're a parent and you put your son or daughter in the program, once they come across the lines, no matter how hard it might be in practice, they can't quit. That's the first rule of thumb.
Can't quit.
You got to stay with the program for the entire year. Because if you put them in there and then they say, "Oh, Mom, I don't want to do it. It's too hard," or "I don't like doing that," and then they quit, then that's going to set them up for being like that. If they're in the workforce and they got a project and they can't do it, or if they're in class or in college and they got a project and they drop the class. So sports is a tremendous vehicle to being successful later on in life. We want people and just trust the process. And what I mean by that is that their sons and daughters are going to be developed. They're going to play at a high level. We're going to monitor, check grades. We're going to make sure we go to grammar schools. We don't want the parents to pull them out if one of the ball players get in trouble in school. We have a good rapport with a lot of principals, and we go to schools and visit. Let the principal know and let the player on our team know that we mean business. I got to go to a meeting tomorrow at 3:45 to the school just because I want to check on one of my students, and that's what we do. So we want ball players. We take them from 6 to 13. We will start conditioning right after the holidays. We have when I say 6 and under, that's 5 and 6 year olds. We have an 8 and under, 7 and 8, 10 and under, 9 and 10. We have an 11, a 12, and a 13. So our 13s, they'll be all 7th graders, or if it's an 8th grader whose birthday is after August the 1st. And we're just looking for guys who want to be real good student athletes. We need real good student athletes. If your son has never played before, or daughter, and they come into the program, they just got to be willing to be coached up. And we do have, we're going to add some trainers. We have a trainer. He'll be back. His name is Darius Burst. because when you continue to go down to nationals, you have to be physically fit to be able to perform at that level.
Wow.
And
Yes.
we want all our teams to be in the national championship so they can experience it as well.
Yes.
And they can reach me at 773-567-47. I'm sorry, 773-567-4727. That's Coach Radcliffe, 773-567-4727. I guess Coach Coach Hill will be okay with giving his number out. And you want to do that, Coach, or you want me to give Coach Raniel his number?
I give my number out. We're looking for, kids that want these parents to get these kids from in front of the TV and out there exercising with us. Because diabetes, heart disease, all that stuff is a major factor in our community. In order for our kids to evade that as long as they can, we got to get them out early and often on these football fields, basketball fields, tennis fields, track fields to get them exercise. My number is 773-297-8981. Again, 773-297-8981. Get these kids out now. Do not let them put in front of those TVs and gain all that weight and then bring them out later because it's going to be harder. So get these kids out now.
And Ms. Latif, the cheerleaders, my wife is going to be recruiting heavy. Her number is 773-557-9914. That's the Lady Wolves cheer and dance team. 557-9914. And then I also do baseball. I do travel baseball. The name of our travel baseball program is the Show Baseball. We have already started indoor workouts, and I have ages 10 and under, so I do have some 8s on the 10-year-old team. We have a 12U team, and we're looking for a couple of pitchers and catchers, two-way guys. We have a 14U team, a 16-17/team, a 17 all-junior team, all juniors in high schools, and then we have a 18U. And our 18U, all those guys are either committed or have already committed, and we have 15 guys that'll be playing college baseball.
Wow.
Last year we had 15 that signed, and all 15 of them are playing college baseball. So everybody that plays in the program, when I say trust the process, our goal is to make sure that that we follow them through high school and they move on to college for football and cheerleading. All the guys who play baseball in our program, they all are going to college.
Wow, that is excellent. So how do you hook up with scholarships and things like that? And I know a lot of your players have gone on to go to college on scholarships. So what is that process like? How do you help them with, finding recruiters to come to the games and hook them up with some possible scholarships, sports scholarships?
Oh yeah, for baseball, we travel all over the country. You have to play in high end. You have to play in major tournaments, and it's expensive. That's why I said we always need the resource because we're a registration-based program. But when you go to these, like for baseball, I have the ability because I played myself. I played professionally. Where my uncles were legendary big league Hall of Fame, Ted Duty Radcliffe, Alec Radcliffe, and that's been embedded in me. That's something that I just wake up and do all the time along with football. And I have access to a lot of schools where I can call them, put the guys in front of colleges for baseball, send them out to different showcases, playing tournaments in Georgia, Arizona, and things of that nature. And, pro scouts. And we got, there's so many of them that's gone on to college and got their degrees and their masters, and they're doing very, very well. Do we lose a few on the way? Yeah, we do. But most important, we get all our guys to school and all our young ladies. That is a must.
Wow.
And I've been saying this for the longest. I'm going to start a drum line to attach it to our football program.
Oh, that would be exciting. Yes. That would be exciting.
That's where we have to get all the instruments. I want to have all the HBCUs. I would like to have 4 or 5 drum majors, snares, about 6 to 8 snares, our quads, our bass drums, our cymbals, and that's going to give another 25, maybe 30 young people opportunity to be in something positive. And that would be incredible. And hopefully other organizations would do the same thing. But we have to have a lot of resources and finances to make that happen. And I know it's the holidays. My organization is Radcliffe's Youth Sports Organization. And we are non-for-profit 501c3. Radcliffe is RADCLIFFE with apostrophe S for the organizational name. Radcliffe's Youth Sports Organization.
Radcliffe's Youth Sports Organization.
Right. If anybody wants to make a contribution or anything like that, we have our website. I'll make sure I give it to you. This is Latif. We have people to call and say, can we send a check to you? They can send it to 6107 South Ellis apartment, she as in girl, A as in apple, and that's Ernest, ERNESTRADCLIFFE. And everything is transparent. So everybody will know what we're doing.
That is
We're just trying to save as many people as possible.
Yeah, saving lives. You know, you mentioned something, and I thought about it because I recently saw the movie King Richard about Venus and Serena's father and the work that he did in helping them to become champions. But one of the challenges was having suitable places to practice. And I look at many of the areas across the city where the fields, the absence of good baseball diamonds or football fields it could be an impediment to developing teams that are able to compete on the same level as those who've had superb facilities. How do you address that? And are there some things that the city could be doing to make sure all the parks and all the neighborhoods have the facilities, and all the schools and all the areas have those facilities that would enable our children to compete?
So let me talk about that right quick. As far as like baseball, so we train indoors. If we wanted to go to a couple of indoor facilities, if I wanted to go to the Polish Center, and they got to keep their license on some places. That's $190 an hour. Some places it might be $250 an hour.
Wow.
If I go 3 days a week, that's just for one team. So I have 6 levels of baseball teams, and we got to get in our practice time. So I was blessed to get a small facility, which I have, where we train. It's on 24th North Pulaski. You wouldn't believe it, because it doesn't look like a baseball facility or a training facility, but on the inside it is. But we still have to pay rent and lights and gas. So, it takes a lot in order to do that. And my ideal dream, me and Coach Ronnell and Coach Hill, we talk about this, and we have another lady that's been working with us, Sherry Travis, and Mr. David Montgomery, that's been working with us. We're trying to get companies to come aboard and make a sizable donation to us where we can build our own facility, our indoor facility, along with dual football and baseball turf with lights and concession facility next to it, and have classrooms and things of that nature where we can maybe have and then we have a healthy eating instructor and trainers in there. So that would be the ideal dream. That's what the city of Chicago needs to do.
Well, that's a great vision.
Find these programs and build those things, because I was at the YMCA with Coach Ronell for many years, coaching basketball, and we started the football program at the Y. There used to be 700 young people in the YBA basketball program. And when you have that many young people coming in and out of those doors, a lot of friends are made, a lot of gun violence is stopped, a lot of gang banging is stopped, because now you are able to stop a lot of stuff because everybody is in one area under a building.
Yes.
And if we had a building like that or a facility like that, that was a lot bigger than what we have, we can help and save more and more lives.
Help save lives.
That is very important to have, Mr. T. So if you know of anyone that's say, and we want to make a sizable contribution, but we don't know who it is, we're ready to go. We looked at land, looked at some spots where we want to bring this up over. Nothing's wrong with the west side where we're at. There's nothing wrong with that, but we can also help over here on the south side. Our programs are south, but we can have them on both sides of the town.
Both sides of the city.
We help on both sides of the town.
Absolutely. Well, we've got to go. We certainly do want to thank you all for being with us, and we've got the phone numbers flashing across the screen to call. You call Coach Radcliffe 773-567-4727 or Coach Hill 773-297-8981. And be generous in your help, whether it's financial or time or support, whatever it is, because they are saving lives. Thank you all so much for being with us today on the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. And we'll keep in contact and keep our viewers and listeners posted on the great things you're doing so they can be a part of the solution. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
90 seconds.
Absolutely. We appreciate all of you for joining us, and we are looking forward to being with you again tomorrow. Join us for Viata's
60 seconds.
Soul Purpose Healing tomorrow evening. And until that time, we want you to continue to shine your light.
On the Female Solution Facebook page. Go to www.facebook.com/The Female Solution. Leave your comments about today's show. You can always reach me on my website at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. Watch our TV shows, listen to our radio shows, order our books, and be sure to get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussion. And to our global family listening from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, Sheshe, India, Zanzibar, Japan, Arigato, Korea, Kamsahamnida, Russia, Spasiba, Germany, Danke, Poland, Dziękuję, France, merci, Spain, gracias, Italy, Nigeria, Eshe, South Africa, Nyabonga, Senegal, Geret, Kenya, Asante, Israel, Toda, Pakistan, Shukriya, Afghanistan, Tashakur, Saudi Arabia, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. And may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.